Hi, I'm Jean Barry, your business game expert. Following is a recording of the live that I did inside of my Game Changers Facebook community on the deck party bingo. This is about growing more income and impact using a deck. And today, inside of this replay, I am talking to Nick Kellet, founder of Deckible.com, which is an online platform for decks. And we are showing how you can make more impact and income using Deckible and playing our deck party bingo. This is about getting more visibility and winning with a deck. If you'd like to play along with us, join the Game Changers community inside of Facebook. Link is below. Enjoy.
My desktop, okay. Oh, there we go, my chaotic desktop.
You're creative. You have lots of things on your desktop.
I do, it's very messy. Okay, so first step is I'm going to create a deck, right? And I've just literally in Deckible, I just hit the plus sign here and I cut and paste in the name of the deck there, right? So, and I cut and paste the name of the owner. And if I had the description, I could paste that in there and I click create deck and voila, I've created my deck and it now takes me straight to the import page for this deck. So the next step is I have to go and make a CSV, which is basically we use Google Sheets, and Google Sheets is like a spreadsheet. Don't let it freak you out. It's just a little table of data with one row per card. So and basically we're going to go and cut and paste some information into that and create that CSV, and then we'll upload it here. And then the next step is we'll upload all the artwork to go with it, and Deckible will just do all that for us in a few seconds, or a minute or two at least. Anyway, so the next step is that I open up the spreadsheet, and this is the template spreadsheet, and I would just go make a copy, right? So when you make a copy, give it the name of your deck, and you're going to save it in your own Google Sheets, and then it becomes your own document. And the great thing about making your own one is if you get stuck, you can share it with somebody else if you need help, right? So it's automatically networked and shareable if you share it with someone. So just make a copy. I've already done that, so I'm going to close that down, and I made my copy here. And in fact, I already pasted in the two rows. I'm going to delete that stuff because it was a little too cheaty. So so here's my spreadsheet. It's an empty spreadsheet, and if I pop over here to these are all the files that were sent to me for this deck. And I can literally just grab these files, and I'm on my Mac. So I'm just going to copy those files, and I'm closing down too many things trying to be tidy, and I forgot that. Here we go. So now if I open up a new file, I can just paste those in. And if I paste them into a dumb text editor, it doesn't paste in the artwork. And there's a whole video that steps you through this, but it's paste and match style. And literally you're just pasting you've grabbed I grabbed all the files, and now I've got the file names for all of those. So I don't have to type those file names in. If you're typing in the file names into Deckible to set this up, you're doing it the long way around. And I guarantee you'll introduce typos because you're a human being and we make mistakes. So if you cut and paste, you won't make any mistakes. So all I do now is I grab those, I just cut and paste those from there, and I pop them into here, right? And I already prepared, so I already had that. And then I just did the same here, but I took off, I removed the PNG from the end of it. So I just put that in there like that, right? So now I've got this spreadsheet with the names of my cards are here. The names of my images are here. And everything else is automatically managed for me through the spreadsheet. So now I just download it to CSV, and I put it in a very special place so I don't forget where it is. All my CSVs, I have thousands of them. So I've saved it to CSV, and now I come back to Deckible, and I'm sitting on my Animal Angels Oracle deck, and it says, tell me where the CSV is. And there's a really easy way to do that. I just drag this into that like that. Okay, so that was hard. And if I just see what's happened, it's created me 57 cards, right? For me to set up and import into the platform, right? So it's very easy. And behind next, and you'll see it's telling me the names of the card. There was no description because there wasn't any. I could have had all sorts of more information put in the spreadsheet, right? But I just kept it very simple. And it's telling me these files are missing, right? But if I click on that, it takes me to upload art, where now it says all these files are missing, right? Because basically the spreadsheet contains all the file names that I need. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to be really stupid, just to be deliberately stupid. I'm going to drag this file in, and this file doesn't exist in the spreadsheet. Oh, invalid file name. It tells me the file doesn't exist, right? So it's giving me feedback. I'm going to take all these files that do exist in the spreadsheet. Oops. There we go. I just take from there to there like that, and I drag them in there like that, and that's it. Actually, these are bigger files than I thought. Look at the size of them. Oh yeah, these are 3 or 4 megabytes of files. So this is going to take a few minutes. We might come back to this later on. Those are pretty big files. Normally people's files are sort of around the megabyte size, but that's okay. All right, so while that's, I feel like I'm kind of, what's this, one of those cooking shows, you know, while we're waiting for that to bake, I'm going to take this and come over here. There's a couple of other steps that I can work on. I'm going to go to the box art, and there's no box art right now. So I'm going to choose the back of the deck, and it's here, box back. There's the box, that's the card back, that's right. So that's the back of the card. And then I'm going to choose box front. There it is. And I'm going to choose box back, right? Hopefully I'm not going too fast for anyone here, but it's pretty simple.
This is really great. Nope, this is really great.
And so basically I found the back of the card, I found the front and the back of the box, right? Deckible's uploading that. At the same time, it's still uploading all the other files that we're processing. And now it's done that. And there it is, it's made my box, right? So all I need to do is choose the color of the box. I'm going to take the spotter here and pick that. Voila, right? Pick a different spotter color if I want. There we go, I'm going to choose that one, right? And then if I scroll, so that's automatically just make me the box art at this point. If I go back to the box art, and this is going to be processed in the background. So there's the art that I loaded, and there's the 3D box, the front, and the back is going to be reprocessed because it hasn't processed it because it's still got a blue side because I changed the color. But if I wait a second or two, there we go, right? So those are now there, created. There we go, fully done, right? So that's that. And so now we're kind of almost halfway through loading those. That's it. Those are really pretty big files, but that's okay. All these different mandala images. So let's go and have a look at some of that in Deckible. So right now, it says to me there are 56 cards, and it's loaded 28 of the cards so far, right? So if I look in here, there's this about card, and it's got one side, and there is the back of the card, and there's the front of the card, right? I can go to the next card. There we go, acceptance, that's set up. And you can see the dimensions of this file is 1080 by 1836 pixels, 3.6 meg. It's processing all of that information for me. I don't need to worry. And we've got another couple of minutes to wait there. And when that's done, and I can just, yeah, I'll do that there, do that here. And if I were to go over, while we do that, I'll just stop sharing there. And if I was to come over to Deckible,
So now you're looking at it on your phone. The other thing was on the desktop, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That was on the desktop. That deck won't be downloaded to my phone just yet, but I can show you, I've just picked this deck here. So just click on them. There we go. There's the deck. And now I could choose one random card, two random cards, or three random cards from that deck. Or I could just choose.
Yeah, let's choose a card for everyone on the call today. This is a message for you. One card from this deck.
All right. So if I can flip all these cards over, and I can just choose. I could go shuffle those cards, right? So I shuffle the cards, and I come back, and now I can go pick those cards. They're shuffled up. So I'm just gonna pick 9 cards and hand keeper on the call. Is that good?
Sure.
So, yeah.
It's a robust message.
There we go. So now I've got the 9 cards, and here they are, and they're just dropped on my desktop, right? So I can grid them out nice and tidily like that, or I could just set them to randomize, and they kind of just move around the screen like that, which is kind of fun. But I could just take them back to a grid. I could flip them all over. I could just flip one card individually. I can journal on those cards if I want.
Sweet.
Here is my thoughts, right?
Yes, but is it all your thoughts for today?
That's enough. No, that's not the first bit. I'm not thinking that much, but anyway, there we go. So that's that set up, and now I drop back here, and it's in my timeline. So when I want to remember what was it I did on the 20th, I can pop back in. There are my cards, and there's my journal. Right, it's never forgotten. Get the idea.
Yes. So this morning, I did get an update message. So if you have the app right now, there is an update message. All these features that Nick is showing you right now are available in the beta right now.
Yep. So that's all live. And then I think if we go back here, yep, the deck is fully uploaded. So you can see that. Share screen. So here it is. All those cards have uploaded. And then I could literally, give me a minute, I could load those into the app and play with it there. But you get the idea that, all these cards, you can see all the way down, there's no error messages. If I look at this CSV, it tells me everything's there. And if I look at
so as the creator of this deck, then I could go in and add the descriptions if I wanted, or I could.
You would probably have added. It's best to add the descriptions in the spreadsheet, because the spreadsheet is like your master record.
So if I wanted to add them in, I could just re-upload the spreadsheet now with descriptions. Totally,
exactly. Okay. That's the whole point. Is like you can change your deck, add to it, extend it. All you do is update the spreadsheet, download the CSV, upload it again, boom. If your artwork's changed, drag it back in. If it hasn't changed, don't change it. Easy.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Excellent. That is amazing. So if you are playing deck bingo with us and you have a completed designed deck that is for your business, you can check off your spot on bingo for uploading your deck. It's actually that simple. It really is. So I'll actually be coming live this week also putting up my Francie Chick deck. And so I'll show you one more time. You can do it with me. I will help you. My assistant actually shared the Google Doc. I shared it with her. She uploaded all of that for me. I didn't do it. And if you want some help, my assistant can help you too. So no reason not to get that checked off this week for your deck bingo. All right. So there are 4 other Deckible spots on here. And Nick, there's one called Take the Survey. Can you talk a little bit about the survey?
Basically, yeah, we are going to run a survey every year. So this is our first annual Deckible survey, and it's basically to survey the state of the union in the card deck industry as a whole, because the card deck industry is way bigger than anyone really understands. And what we're trying to do is gather who are all the players, gather people's opinions, gather the challenges, and then year by year we'll see how those challenges evolve as Deckible solves a lot of those problems, but we also learn what else people want to do, etc. Right? So we've created 4 surveys. We've created a survey for the creators. So if you're a card deck creator, you can load you can take the survey for the creator and then basically answer all the questions about your creation challenges and all the different things to do with that, like distribution channels and print challenges, blah, blah, blah. All good. There's a reader survey. So if you're a tarot card reader, you can take that survey. There is a card deck professionals survey. So if you use card decks in the workplace to ideate, strategize, manage, lead, teach people leadership, coach people, there's a survey for you. And then finally, we have the card deck collectors survey, which is if you just love card decks for whatever reason, however you use them, we want to know how you use them on a daily basis. What are your rituals and habits? What do you love? What are your challenges, et cetera, et cetera. So those 4 surveys, we're going to give us a lot of information.
That's amazing. And that's in service, of course, to Nick's bigger vision of deck and deck creators is actually to create a platform not only that democratizes this process, but allows you to make a living selling your decks and doing your transformational work.
Right.
And you can do that when you have this great information. So
Okay.
Astrid, you will put the link in the chat. Yes.
I have to look for it. I will do that. Yeah.
It's just deckible.com/survey.
Oh, perfect. Okay, thank you.
Excellent.
Yes.
Really easy.
Okay, and I'm just going to pause here for a moment. Astrid, do we have any questions that are popping up or just comments? And
People are really quiet today.
Okay.
Although if you have questions, like you can also hashtag replay and ask us afterward. Nick is also in our group, but
we will answer the questions. Yeah.
we will answer the questions. Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, excellent. Okay, number 3 on your Deckible bingo is set up a seller profile on Deckible.
Yeah, okay. Do you want me to show you how to do that? It's really easy.
Okay.
So I'll come back here and I just go to deckible.com and I can just go to create a profile from the menu, and it's literally, because I don't know if you can see that URL, but it's Deckible/creator/profile. And if you're logged into Deckible, then
So if you haven't logged in yet to Deckible, you go to deckible.com and then set up an account, choose the password,
Yep.
and then go to profile and
Yep.
edit profile and just fill it out and add your social.
yeah, so there's my photo, there's my write-up, there's my links, and all I did to do that was come in here and fill in my name, fill in a tagline, a description, upload an image. I filled in website details, etc. And that's it. It's really simple.
All right.
And then
Cool.
basically the cool thing from that is you end up being part of the Deckible community, right? So this, if you fill in that profile and you have an approved deck, you can end up in the Deckible community.
Beautiful.
I did have a question pop in. Somebody was just asking if the deck can be a hexagonal shape, and I know you have a cool answer for that.
Oh yeah, we love hexagonal decks. Totally. You can have round decks, you can have photo objects as decks, which means you can have any shape you like. But we actually have multiple hexagonal decks. Let me just
I want to highlight how cool that is what you just said, Nick. Like it can be literally photo objects. So if you have any object like a crystal and you save it as a PNG on transparent background, that will be your card. It can be that cool.
right. And so here's this heart space deck, and here's the
pretty.
artwork.
Yeah,
This
cool.
deck is absolutely freaking gorgeous. It's and it's multi-sided. Heidi totally redesigned it for Deckible. So she had the deck already. That's how I found her. And I was like, oh, I want a hexagonal deck. And basically she's redesigned it to sort of mirror and match the Deckible experience.
Mhm.
So it's just beautiful. And then she also has custom spreads to do with this. Selected spreads. So she has these.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Yeah, those aren't quite finished yet, but quite working. But basically we're adopting that idea that you can basically have custom shapes and then spreads to match that. But yeah, that deck's beautiful. Yeah, so definitely love Hexac. I love unique shapes because I think there's something magical when you actually play with the hex deck on the phone. You're literally like, it's quite fiddly to like tweak and rotate and stack them neatly. The fact that it's hard is actually engaging. It's focused building. It's a good thing, right? So there's something magical about unique shapes because it's just not expected. So, someone asked me, can we have a deck of heart shapes? Yeah, sure, go for it. Right? You could have a deck of candy that's literally all the different candy shapes, and then
we need a candy deck, definitely.
Who's
Making the candy deck. All right, so number 4 on your Deckible bingo coming up, we have do a reading in Deckible and post your screenshot. So Nick just showed you a few different ways to do that. You want to pull up another one and just show how to how to share it?
Yeah, why don't I do it on my tablet this time?
Okay.
Ooh, my tablet's asleep. Oh no. Just a minute. I'll stop. I'll switch.
All right. And I want to say, while you're getting that loaded too, like that, Jean and I, we are not officially affiliated with Nick. We're just excited about the app. And it's so freaking cool, all the potential and the options, and we love the vision that it's ultimately going to be that you can make money with it. So right now everything to join is still free for a limited time. It's a beta app. You're part of the trailblazers if you join now, and you can set up your business to use this avenue afterward, also to point to your website, to sell your actual deck if you want. It's really cool.
So this is just an example of a values deck that's on, this deck, I love this one. Look at this artwork.
Wow.
Oh,
Amazing.
yeah.
And there's 78 cards. And not only is that there, but I can flip that over. And so there's a full blown description of the card as well to go with that, right? So that's passivity. And this one was faith, right? So.
Beautiful. So Lois, I know that you are watching and your deck is on Deckible. So I want to see your shared spread. So you're going to go and do this and pull up your own deck. You're going to pull out a card for someone, and then you're going to click the share button.
Yep, and share it in the group.
And you could share that and send that to somebody. And I'm just gonna I send this to this just to pretend account, otherwise I end up driving people crazy sending them things.
You can send it to me.
So then I just shared that. But the other thing you can do as well that's really, really cool and easy is I can just on your tablet or your phone, who knows how to record a video from your phone or tablet? It's ridiculously easy, but if I didn't know until someone taught me, and I just literally hit this button here. Oh, and I can't do this because I'm sharing with you right now, because you can't share and record at the same time. But you literally hit that button and you record, and you end up with a little red dot in the top corner on your tablet, and it's showing that it's recording. And then when you're done, you just hit the red and it stops.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Cool. I thought you needed an app for that.
It makes a video of what's on your phone, and literally you're moving it around. Like I could just do this. That mix feature is just automated. Like that's a non-stop animation, and you can record that right with your dad.
Oh, that's sweet.
You can also interfere, right? I can actually jump in here and flip. I can start messing with it anyway.
Yeah. Totally engaging to play with.
Yeah, exactly. So that was fun.
Cool. Awesome. Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
That was easy. Okay, and the final way to get bingo with your Deckible prompts on bingo is to share Deckible with someone. So let someone know who you know that either has a deck, either loves decks, either uses decks in their business, is a creator, or wants to create a deck, share Deckible with them. And all you need to do is send them a message saying, check this out. Go to deckible.com and sign up. Anything else you want to say about that, Nick?
No, I mean, why it's cool to, I mean, we just recommend people using the hashtag, like hashtag Deckible, because then we can track who's sharing what, and we can reshare things if we notice you've done it. Otherwise, it's pretty hard to tell out of all the things.
Right. So yeah, so Nick is on Instagram, Nick is on Facebook, Nick is inside of this group. So hashtag Deckible, go to any one of his posts, just pick it up and send it to someone, either with Messenger or with instant message on Instagram, or send an old-fashioned email. That works too.
Totally does. Totally does. There's a lot of stuff gets shared through the kind of back channel, right? You don't see it. We think of social sharing as all visible, and there's actually really quite a high percentage of sharing is, you know, people doing it secretly.
Okay, so this is what I want you to do. If you're watching this now or on the replay, I want you to share it with Deckible, hashtag Deckible, and I want you to share it with Game Changer. I want you to put Game Changer and Deckible, and so we can see what things happen when you use both those hashtags, Game Changer and Deckible. And
I gotta tell you, somebody, there's a friend of mine, well, say friend, I met her through Deckible, but we never actually met in person, but Sarah Lefebvre she runs a website called Ludagogy, and she's posting all this stuff on LinkedIn and sharing the deck stuff that she was working on. Well, some guy read her post and booked a meeting to see Deckible and to upload his deck. So it's like, this stuff works. Like when you just randomly share stuff, you think, oh, no one sees it. Well, I can give you multiple examples. Like there was a guy who uploaded his bicycle yoga deck the other day, and I never actually met him until he'd actually sent me the art. We'd uploaded the art, right? So, but he saw my tweet and he's like, that's curious, tell me more. So we did, and next thing you know, he sent me the artwork.
That's really cool. So what I'm hearing you say too for everybody watching is that if you share your own deck, you uploaded it, and then you share anything as you're playing with it, of course, people might get curious and want to talk to you, which is a client generator. And I do have a question from somebody that I quickly want to ask before it gets lost. Angie was asking, like, it looks like you can have 3 sides to your virtual deck artwork, explanation, and cover art, right?
No, your box can have a cover art, and the box can have front and back, but you can have as many sides. We don't have there's no 2-sided limit here. So you can have a 4-sided card if you want, or a 1-sided card. We don't care. Like, have as many cards in the deck as you need, and have as many sides to each card as you need. And the sides of the cards don't even need to be the same shape. Like, you can have a rectangular card and a round card, and it just handles it all, right? So,
oh, cube deck.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
And I was going to say, one of the things that's interesting to me about sharing is people get very focused. Everyone who's already got a deck, you know, they all know they've shared their deck 100 times, right? We all know that. How effective is sharing it 101st time? Probably not very, because your audience have already seen it. So share somebody else's deck and tag them that you shared it. What you're doing is creating a generosity, like a pay it forward mindset.
Nice.
Imagine if the whole of the Deckible community, and this is something I'm kind of encouraging people to do, and we'll keep going on this track, is like, if everyone shared 5 other people's decks and pay it forward,
nice.
think of all the different people that see that, right? And Deckible is so visual, especially if you share a video. The things are moving around, and what's going on. That's really cool. I can't do that with my deck. What is that, right? It's intriguing. So
that is a cool idea. I love that paying forward.
It's incredible. In fact, I think that in the Game Changers community, we have at least 5 decks in there. Like, so go in and share those ones, but share any of them. They're all so beautiful. There really are amazing things. And I love that if we could see on Instagram, this community growing and growing and growing, that'd be amazing. I agree.
And like, literally don't share decks you don't like, and live in integrity. There are 200 plus decks on Deckible today, and that number's going up like daily. I guarantee you there's, I don't know however many, but there's lots of decks. There's enough decks for you to like, that you honestly like and really want to share, right? So this isn't a forced act. This is
Yes.
an example of saying, I shared, like, I would share the hell out of this hexagonal deck because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Like everyone should have it. It's amazing, right?
Right. So Nick, you sent out an update today. We got an
I did.
update today. And I know that there's then a process for having it go live in like Google and Apple Store.
Yeah. So we're still a few days, probably a few weeks away from finishing because everyone keeps asking for things. And it's like some of them are valid. So I'm like, should we ignore them or add them later? We have to make those decisions. We have a few more things to finish off with the App Store, like not just the buying process and the deck marketplace and making that all work as we want it to. And then we basically have to submit to Apple and Google, and then we have to take their feedback. And from what I hear, Google just says yes because they're not as draconian as Apple, who are kind of bossy pants and tell you all these things that you need to do. And sometimes that can send you around the loop once, twice, or 3 times before you get approved. And so you can't really determine how long that's going to take because the things they ask you to do could be a 5-minute task. It could be like 5 days, right? So then you've got to go submit it, get it approved again, right? So
yes, so for you early adopters who are at this phase, you have an opportunity to both form Deckible and have it be exactly how you like it because your feedback counts a lot right now. And you have an opportunity to be a thought leader in this area. And so definitely just be your authentic self and put your authentic, beautifully designed decks into Deckible.
Right. I mean, I can't express enough. There's someone, I mean, if you haven't done this, and most people haven't, but I have dived in early to LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Like I've used so many social sites, and I've actually networked with a lot of people who've done even more than me. And there was this thing called first mover advantage. The early users of platforms get more benefits. They get more followers, they get more sales, they get to do things before rules get put in place that then restrict you. So suddenly some people, it's like, how did he get so many followers? That's not possible anymore. Well, it's because he was here early or she was here early, right? So rules get added that really give you a premium value for going early. I really can't express that enough. And if you don't live and breathe media, you won't understand that. But it's just, you can take it at face value and trust me or not, but go Google it. And people who move first on all these platforms derive all sorts of benefits. So sitting back this is not a time to sit back. If you believe, do you believe in digital decks? What you've seen with Deckible, is it transformative? Do you think it's going to go places? If you do, then join in and don't sit back because you're not going to help yourself by doing that. You might help your appeasing, rational, logical brain, but you're going to miss out on an opportunity. So.
Yeah. And I want to also mention that brand strategically seen, like Jean and I, we've talked a lot about impact, making an impact and income with your deck. This is such a huge additional arm that everybody can use to have your deck also digital, so that everybody can have it in their pocket. Literally, as like you were saying before, Nick, it's like instead of traveling with a suitcase of decks, it's going to be so accessible, and it can be an amazing lead magnet to your business, and so many strategies can be done with it. So we love the concept, and
we basically want people to tell us what they want, what's needed, what do you need to be able to, what's wrong. If you try and make a course out of Deckible, if you try and make a newsletter out of Deckible, you try and make a magazine out of Deckible, right? What's missing? What do you need? Well, you won't be able to tell us that if you're not participating, right? So
back to the surveys, I put them in the chat, the link to the survey, Deckible.com /survey.
All right, so you do those 5 things on your bingo sheet, check them off, post in the group that you completed with bingo, and you will be in the prize drawing next week. So next Wednesday at this same time, we will be live in the group, and we will be live also via Zoom that you can join in. So if you want to actually talk with us and talk about some strategies about making better income and impact with your deck, as well as some great, we've been talking this week about great design strategies inside of that as a business strategy. And so we want to make sure we're going to be talking about that and having a great designed deck next week. And so we have a very juicy celebration party next week, and we will be giving away some incredible prizes. So go get your bingos. There's all kinds of ways to earn bingo. You can do them all the traditional ways, across, down, diagonal, or by getting all the Deckible ones. That is a bingo. All right.
Okay, have fun, everyone, and we'll look forward to your posts and ask any questions we have. And yeah.
And thank you, Nick, once again for joining us live here today with that great insider information and demo. And I will go ahead and post this on YouTube as well, so that if you if people not inside this group want to see this, and if you are watching this and want to share it with someone who's not inside the group, you will actually get the little demo as well. So we got it all going.
Yeah, one thing that just popped into my head was just the idea of if you're unsure, or you don't really like, buy some more decks that, you know, buy the competing decks that you wish you'd made and have them in your hands and use them. That's the best.
Okay.
I mean, I have a lot of decks.
It's on your bingo sheet. When you buy a new deck, you get to check off a sheet. I know, exactly. Go buy another deck.
It's good advice, right? It's like people ask me things. I'm like, how many decks do you own? Oh, well, I've just bought, you know, it's like, okay, well, if you actually lived and breathed it and surrounded by it and used them every day, you would see it, right? And it's just, there are some amazing decks, and in every industry, if you don't actually buy them, you won't understand what exists and where the gaps are, right? Where's the opportunities? Where is the gold buried in your industry? And that's what, you know, these guys can help you with, right? It's figuring out your strategies to sell more deck. And to sell more deck is about picking the right deck to build in the first place, right?
Right.
Yeah, and it has to be
100%.
aligned with your heart and your business and your big passion and mission and vision for the planet. That's what lights Gina and me up. And we help business owners do that, make a big impact with your cool mission, with your deck. It can really help you. It's exciting. So for all of you who are not in Jean's group yet, as you're seeing this on any other platform, her Facebook group is Game Changers Come. You will find it when you look for Jean Berry, and join the group. That's where we host all the parties and share a lot of inside information like this party, where you can win things and learn more about how you can make an impact and income with your deck.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you once again, Nick. Thank you, Astrid. And we will see you all next week.
Okay,
Bye, everyone.